Hey, transforming your world, transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true. God has given us wisdom to inspire our world, to make our generation, Nigeria, a better place. Thank God He's given.
Hello and another warm welcome to Word for Youth, a program designed to inform, educate and inspire youth for a brighter tomorrow. I'm your host Khadijat Mohammed. In today's edition of the show, we are going to be talking about the important role of family institution in a society, as family plays a very vital role in the development of a nation both socially and economically. Our guests will be joining us to throw more light on this show right after this short break. Stay with us. Are you a lover of trendy native attires? Are you looking for where to get your high-quality fabrics? Do you desire to have a classy, simple, corporate and outstanding look in your native attires? Then, Raycon the Home of Fashion is the right place to be. At Raycon Home of Fashion, we make the best of native and vogue attires for all occasions and all genders including children. Best quality fabrics and clothing accessories are our watchwords. We sew not only to suit your size, but your taste with great fineness. We attend to all complaints with utmost regards and quick to correct in order to satisfy your desire. We render home service delivery nationwide and abroad. Our service delivery is all days except Saturday and Sunday. Delivery charges applicable. To locate us, come to T-Square Shopping Complex opposite Fourth Republic Housing Estate before Zone 8 Junction, Local Jakogi State. You can reach us via this phone contacts 0806 527 5502 or 0808 122 2714. Better still, send your request to our Facebook page at Raycon Home of Fashion. At Raycon Home of Fashion, you bring the pieces, we transform it to beautiful wears. In today's edition of the program, we are going to be discussing the important role of family values and, of course, family as an institution in any society. Family is believed to play a very critical role in the development of both socially and economically in any society. Joining me today to throw more light on this issue is Mrs. Adeline Lola Gbogbo, a writer and also an English lecturer in the prestigious Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja. Welcome to the show, Ma.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Ma. Thank you, Ma. Ma, when we talk of family, how significant and vital is this institution to a society?
Family is very, very significant and vital. And you can't talk about family without talking about parenting. And when you talk about parenting, because we are talking about values, now it has to do with parenting,
Yes.
which equally means child rearing. And it has to do with the process of promoting and supporting the physical, emotional, social, and intellectual development of a child. And it takes a family to do that. And a family consists of a parent, a husband and a wife. And mind you, we also have, you don't have to biologically pass your genetics to a child to become a parent. Because we have single parents, we have step parents, we have grandparents,
Yes.
we have legal parents, we have guardian parents. So they all have roles to play in the development of a child and the society as a whole. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. So now, how did this family institution affect the well-being of a society?
It does, because a family has, like I've said, a major role to play in nurturing the child, teaching the child values. And we have family values and societal values. But it starts with the family first.
Okay.
What I cherish as values in my own family may be different from what you cherish as values. We have values like honesty. We have valuing elders, respect, having respect for people. We have values of kindness. We have a character development, eating together, connecting and networking. We don't have that now. That's an important value. You know, in those days, our grandparents would call us, we'll sit down together and eat in the same bowl. But that value is no longer there. You learn to appreciate one another. But now, even if you eat and give your child the remaining, or your child will want to go and change the plates, it has to do with values. Not hurting another is a value we should also cherish as a family. Because you see the rate of crime we have in our society right now.
Yes.
Not taking what does not belong to you is also a value that we should promote as a family. So these are values. And that takes us to certain values. But it starts from the family first.
Yes.
So we should have values that we cherish. And what are these values? Like I said, what I cherish as values may be different from yours. Because I may see respect for elders, honesty as values. Other parents may not see that as values. It may be running after worldly goods. That may be their own value. And maybe, the way they talk, the way they shout on people. And when the child grows, he sees that as a way of life. And that actually, affects the society in which the child grows. Because what you give to the child is what the child takes to the society. Garbage in, garbage out. What you give to your children is what your children will give back to society. So as a family, we have to be very careful what we are feeding our children with, what we are teaching and training our children with. Because on the long run, these children are going back to society as leaders. And whether they will be leaders will depend or determine on what we train them to be in life.
Exactly. So now parenting is the critical point of this whole issue.
Exactly. So it starts from the family. It starts from the parenting, child rearing.
All right. So now, if we are to blame the parents, are we to take it back to how the couples come together before they even start this family?
I talked about that we have different forms of parenting.
Yes.
We have single parent.
Yes.
We have step parents. We have grandparents. We have guardian parents. So if the step parents, may not have. Also, we also have types of parenting. We have authoritarian parenting, which is dictative. It's a dictatorial type of parenting, where the children, are handled strictly. They are not given freedom. Everything is dictated to them. They become disciplined, but on the long run, they don't have self-esteem. And they are always afraid. They are not bold enough, even though they are disciplined. Then we have authoritative parents. The children can trust them because they allow the children freedom to do whatever they want to do, and they check on them frequently. We have self-indulgent parents. These self-indulgent parents, they indulge the children. The children are at liberty to do whatever they want to do. They don't check the children, no communication. Then we have uninvolved parents. They are never available. They are never at home, running after worldly goods, running after businesses. They want to make it, they want to achieve. They leave their children. And when they come back home very late. They don't know what their children are looking at. You have to look at what your children are looking at. When they are watching TV, what are they watching?
Exactly.
Because it has to do with values.
That is where I want to comment on that. Is civilization part of the problem we are facing today?
It's part of the problem. But I think the children, the parents need to be blamed, rather.
Okay.
When I was very young, I was in secondary school then. This as broadcaster with NTA, Frank Olize. I used to say that anytime I'm invited to speak, each time he wants to start this Sunday weekly program on NTA, he will say, parents, do you know where your children are? Frank Olize. They ask broadcaster, say, parents, do you know where your children are? I think these days we should ask, children, do you know where your parents are? Because the parents are not there. They are not there to help the children. The children are not at home. So we have to monitor our parents. We have to be there for them.
Monitor our children, rather.
We have to monitor our children. Yes, okay. We have to be available. Don't be uninvolved in things that pertains to your children. Take time, And the fathers too have obligatory role to play. They have a responsibility to train the children. Don't leave the role to your wife alone. And if it's a single parent, the single parents who can do a lot to also help the children. So that when we help our children, we are indirectly helping our society. Because these children, whether we like it or not, we go back to society, either to change society or to make it worse.
We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go away. you talk about authoritative parenting, now I want to ask you, how can parents combine authority with giving their children the freedom they need?
Yes, it's possible. You know, I said authoritative and authoritarian. Authoritative is, you authorize the children to do what they want to do, but you guide them. But authoritarian has to do with dictatorial policies, instructions, where you don't allow the children to do anything. You want them to go your own way. You should allow them freedom, but even when they have that freedom, constantly check on them to know what they are doing, to know where they want to go, know their friends, know what they are looking at on TV. And when you have small children, they come back home from school, check their school bags. Is there anything that does not belong to them that are in the bag? If it's there, you ask, who owns this? Why are you home with it? Please, tomorrow when you get back, return it. That child is learning a value that you don't take what is not yours.
Some parents will tell you, well, where is the time to do all this when we are looking for how to bring food to the table?
Yes, beyond the shelter, provision of clothes and shelter, the children also need love. That is where love comes in. Everyone needs love. You show our children love. What your children need, like I always say, is not in the market, it's at home. Mostly it's not in the market, because at times, you would maybe thinking that what your children need is in the shopping mall. Or not knowing that what your children need is at home. Your children need moral training. Your children need to know what to do and how to do what to do and when to do what to do. So we need to let our children know this. We need to let our children know this. Somebody out there might be harassing your female child and you may not know. You may think what your child needs is gifts, clothes. Whereas your child needs moral training, needs to be taught, needs to be educated. These are issues
All right.
that we have to deal with as parents.
When you talk of parenting, you said you named single parents. I think we can still relate it back to the decadence that started from you planning, having a well-planned marriage life. I think it starts from there. What do, especially young parents these days, young people jumping into marriage, what should they think about first when you wanted to start a family up? What should first come to your mind?
Well, it's living a decent life and wanting to give back something unique to society. Having a blissful married life that the children will be part of. You know, this time and age that we are in, most ladies feel that they want to be on their own. And it has to do with perception. Because some children, as they were growing up, they saw all they knew about marriage is shouting, beating, bullying by their fathers, even to their mothers, where you have more than a mother there. And when these children grow up, they are afraid, especially the girls, the girl child. The girl child is not afraid to marry. And she may just decide on her own that if this is what marriage is, I'm not going to marry. I'm going to have children, but I will not have any husband. I will be on my own. But in the long run, it will still affect the child that she gives birth to. Because it doesn't work that way. Two are better than one. Because when you are two, you can come together and help your children. Where you are deficient, the wife can come in. You know, when two people come together in marriage, my wife may have some qualities that you don't have. But in marriage is to help. So a wife is a helpmeet to the husband. When you marry, you are to bring in your virtues to complement my own, and I am to also bring my virtues to complement yours. What I don't have, you may have it. We should complement one another. I should not use what I don't have to now begin to, see reasons why I will blame you or always claim that you are at fault. We should look at the negatives and see how we can bring in positives to complement each other or one another. So it starts from there. So when the young girl now decides that I'm not going to marry, because all I grew up to see or to know is that my father was always shouting at my mom, and my dad is always beating my mom. So if this one marriage is like, I'm not going to marry, I'm going to have a child alone. And when she now grew up and she wants to have a child, she grows up and she wants to have a child. Raise the child alone, it may not be easy. Because whether you like it or not, the child needs a fatherly figure
in his life, his or her life.
yes, he needs a father. He needs a role model who is like a father or a father figure that will teach him where to go. But mind you also, we have fathers that are not there for their children. That's why I say the fact that you give birth to a child does not mean you are a father. The fact that you give birth to a child does not mean you are a mother. So it depends. It has to do with cooperation. Cooperation is also part of the values we should have in our society. Life is about cooperation. In the family, let us come together and cooperate. As parents, in bringing up our children, what are the values that we cherish in this family? What do we want for our children? What do we in turn want for our society? In the society, we should also come together and cooperate. In the neighborhood, in the streets, let's come together and cooperate. That's why we say that some things are not, they are not going on well. When you see in some estates and some streets, you see the gates falling, you see the potholes, and the people cannot come together and cooperate and put it in shape. It's part of the family values that was not there. You know, it's cooperation. Life is about cooperation.
Yes.
Life is about understanding. When we learn to cooperate as a family, from there we move on to our society. It goes to our neighborhood, to our society. Before you know, the world will be a better place to live in.
A lot of people will most times say the African culture is not even helping matters when it comes to gender equality.
Okay.
That a husband will feel, I'm superior, I decide for the family, whatever he says
Exactly.
holds. What's your own take on that, ma?
It is, well, a woman is prized above all things.
Okay.
A woman is God's gift to a man, and we shouldn't go with the traditional belief that a man is better than a woman. Like I said earlier, we are to complement each other.
Yes.
So that is the way I see it. So to our men out there, value your wife because she's got gifts to you, and she's there to complement you. She's there to assist you. You are the head. You are the father, and when you know that, you know what to do. Love them and take care of them, and the wife should also cooperate. You you are all created by God.
All right.
And you are both special to God.
Okay. I wish a lot of people don't understand that. Okay. As the discussion is still going on, you can drop your comment on our comment box at What for Youth page on Facebook. You can also go to our YouTube channel if you miss any edition of the program at What for Youth TV on YouTube. And you can also subscribe to get subsequent editions of the program. All right, ma, still discussing on family issue, family value. I would say when we talk about parenting, we should look at the young people. You see 22, 23-year-old couples together. I want you to advise them on how to go about it. How to even start the relationship before it results into child bringing. Because I see a lot of people who say, well, I'm getting married, but I'll have to take time because I don't think I'm ready to be a parent.
Life is about choice. It's about choice on what you want. If a couple decides to marry and not give birth to a child immediately, it's accepted. What's the use giving birth to a child you are not ready to care for? The child becomes a misfit to the society. So I will even advise that when a husband and a wife or a young couple come together, they should take time, plan what you want to have. Is it we want to have 2 or 3 children? Want to have 5 children? How do you raise them? You must understand yourself first, then begin to plan for the children. But if the children come immediately, it's still okay. You can both come together and raise your children. But one thing I know is that in any family, what you need is the fear of God. You have to acknowledge God as the giver of all things. And when you have the fear of God, you'll be able to raise your family well. The Bible in Proverbs 22:6, I'm sorry, I have to cite this.
No problem. Yes.
Says, teach your children in the way they should go. So when they are old, they will not depart from it. So when the children are young, you start teaching them. And if you don't know what to teach them, what do you teach them? If you don't have anything, then you cannot teach. So you must have it there before you can give it. So the parents too, that's why I say they must have the fear of God. To have the fear of God means to study the word of God, to pray together, to agree together on what to do and their plans. And then from there, they can now begin to instill that into their children as the children come. And before you know it, they will have a beautiful family.
All right. Marriage counseling is another vital thing to marriage. Do you see, because some people see it as, oh, well, going to a marriage counselor, what does he or she have to tell me that I don't already know before taking this decision?
Okay.
What's your take on that, man?
Okay. It's good to go to a marriage counselor, but understanding is what is most important. Understanding. And God is the greatest counselor. God will never cancel you out of his plan. A man can give you a counsel and cancel you out of God's plan. But God, when you seek God about your family, know what is on God's mind concerning you, what he has for you. God has great plans for you. He said the plans I have for you, they are of good and not of evil, to bring you towards an expected end. When you know that irrespective of the challenges you are going through, that you will know that it's just for a while. That after some time, things will get better. Life itself is temporary. But there are things that are eternal. Those are the things we should look at, not things that will perish. When we look at the things that are eternal, things that will not perish, then we live a beautiful life.
All right.
Beautiful life.
Let's take a few comments from our followers on Facebook. I have this one from Billy Nwogu. She said, wow, well done. We really need to get it right on parenting because some parents are so busy that they leave their children to be at the mercy of the society. She also said, correct observation from the guest. All right, thank you so much. Yes. Okay. We are still on family values, ma.
Okay.
As a society, what should we do aside just the parents that give birth to the child? Because I used to remember then when you walk by, when we were very, very little then, when you walk pass by your neighbor's house and you do not greet them, they will call you back. Hello, come here. What's your name? You tell them first. Who is your parent? Then they will now advise you. It's good to greet people, but we see that lacking in our society now.
Thank you very much. That's modernization for you. Global technology. Internet has taken the place
Over.
of It's true. You know, in the past, when we were young, when you err or you do something wrong, your parents' neighbor can even correct you. They can even flog you. But now you dare not do that. I've seen or I've even heard of a student in a school that did something wrong and the teacher flogged him and he went to bring his parents and the parents came back and they slapped the teacher. That's decadence. This is part of what we are saying. No parent, no value. That means the parents of the boy do not have values that they cherish. Discipline, moral upbringing is not there. So we must appreciate, they call that traditional form of training, traditional form of education. It should not be rooted. It's part of our values. And that's why I said part of the values that we have is valuing elders. Respect for elders. When elders talk to you, you must learn how to greet your elders. You greet your elders first. You don't wait for your elders to greet you. When you err or you make mistake, all those who are around you, they see the child as the child of everybody. And I remember my pastor used to say, every child is your child. Because we should see every child as our child. Every child is your child. What does that mean? That means that we all have responsibilities to train other people's children. When you see another child that does not have enough, help that child. If you don't do that, that child, God forbid, we pray that child will not be the one that will hold gun and point at you in future. So we must learn to train other people's children. But that is not so these days. Everybody, to your home, O Israel, everybody wants to mind his own business.
Yes.
Train his or her the children, not minding what is happening to our neighbors' children. I think it's time for us to go back to our roots. Go back to our values, the values that we used to cherish. Respect for elders, valuing our elders. When you say elderly people, do you normally shout on them? When they are with you, your elderly parents come to you, do you shout on them when they complain? Do you respect them? What about respect? Do you have respect for elders, for your teachers, for those that are not your teachers? Do you teach your children about honesty, about kindness, benevolence? Do you teach them about character? Do you teach them about to lay their hands on anyone? Don't hurt anybody. Now people kill at will because they were not taught that part part of our value in this family is never to hurt anyone. Let's teach our children right from when they are young that you don't touch anybody, you don't hurt anyone. These are values that we cherish. Then creativity. Give room for creativity. Let your children learn something different. Don't force your child to learn something. No, give them room. They want to sing, they want to learn how to play the guitar, they want to dance, let them dance. Don't say, oh, my child, I want to, because Mr. A, my neighbor's child, has just got admission to read medicine. My child too, you must read medicine. Maybe your child is not even good in science subjects. You just want your child to be there. When you force your child may even go and read that medicine, but you will still come back to that. You may even be lucky if your child is such a child. If your child, some will just turn to something else. Entirely. I've seen some children that have taken to drug because of that, and they turn to misfit in society because they were not allowed to do what they wanted to do. So we should allow freedom. But even in that freedom, we should also be able to check them once in a while to put them on the right path. So that at the end of the day, our children will be better and greater and will have a beautiful and a great society.
All right. Do you have word for the teacher? Because they say the kids, especially when they start school, they spend most of their time in school than at home.
Yes, I want to say that. Even then, the parents should not leave their children for the teachers alone. Maybe the children are always in the school for just upward of 6 hours.
Yes.
They spend the rest of their time at home. The mother, the father, they are the teachers, the main teachers. So teach your children. There are some things the teacher cannot teach your child within the timeline that the teacher has. But the parents can do more. So you help your teacher to help your children. And when you do that, it will be very easy. Because your child will respond in school easily to whatever he or she is being taught by the teacher. The teachers are doing a great work. I'm a teacher.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, yeah, ma.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma. Yes. Please, before we round it up, I want to ask you, in which way can the government also come in to imbibe, to help imbibe these values in our family? Like, let's say, introduction of basic curriculum into academic calendar?
Yes, it's a revision of school curriculum.
Okay.
In the past, we used to have the study of history. A lot in some schools, history has been cancelled. History is good because history tells you about the past and about your present and how you can use your past to correct your future. But now we don't have it. Even Bible knowledge, we don't even have that on some school curriculum. So it should be revived on our school curriculum.
Right.
Even social studies. Social studies. When we were young, we were taught the national anthem. Call 2 or 3 children here now and say, come and sing the national anthem. You'll be shocked that they may not even be able to sing, or 2 adults, they sing the national anthem or recite the pledge, national pledge. You'll be shocked that they will not be able to take it from the first line to the next line.
Wow.
So these are issues. And that sparks patriotism. You know, little things like that. Patriotism Act starts from there. When you know what you owe your nation, when you know that your nation does not owe you anything, that you owe your nation. Nigeria does not owe me anything, but I owe Nigeria as a citizen to be a good citizen, to be better, to make society better in my own way. It doesn't have to be big. From my family, from your family, you can cause a change. You can make a change.
All right, your final word before we wrap it up on the show today, ma, to the parents out there.
Yes, I want to say the government, the parents, religious institutions, the churches, the mosques, they have roles to play. And when they do that, they have been trying, but we can do more. The parents too, we can also do more. When we all do more, all we need is more. More of what you are doing.
All right.
And check yourself once in a while. There's what we call parental guilt. Parental guilt in such a sense that at times you may just sit down and look at your child. Look at the performance of your child, the behavior of the child. Is the child doing well? The child is not doing well. Okay? You say, this child is not doing well. He's been on the same level for almost 2-3 years now. Probably there's something I'm supposed to have not done. That's parental guilt. If you have parental guilt once in a while, you'll be able to check yourself. Then I need to change the strategy. I need to do some things. I need to bring this child closer. Then ask your children questions. When you begin to do that, then the child will get better.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show, ma.
Thank God.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. We've been with Mrs. Adeline Lola Gbogbo, and she's been telling us the important role of family as an institution in our society. This is how much we can take on the show today. Please join us same time, same station next week for another educative edition of the program. Until I come your way again, I remain Khadijat Mohammed. See you next week.
Hey, transforming your world, transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true. God has given us wisdom to inspire our world, to make our generation, Nigeria, a better place. Thank God He's given